Hey, what's up guys? How's it going? Welcome to the NPM Crash Course. In today's video, you're going to learn everything you need to know about NPM. Now, I have already written a blog post about it on my website qscoring.space. You can use this for your future reference. I'll put the link on the description. So first of all, what is NPM? NPM stands for Node Package Manager. But what is a package anyway? A package is just a collection of code that you can use and share with other developers. Now most probably it doesn't make sense to you, so let me give you an example. Suppose you have written this beautiful function that will generate a random number between a range, and you need to use this code on your other projects. So what you can do is you can just copy paste the code on other projects. That will work, but that will not be a good practice. Here's why. Suppose after 5 days you have found a bug in your code. So you need to fix the bug on every single project where you have used that code. So you have to manually edit the code everywhere. So that is not a good practice. So what is the solution? The solution is package. So what you can do is you can create a package out of this code and publish it to the web. Then whenever you need to use that code, you can install that package in your project and you will be good to go. And then in the future, if you find a bug in your code, you just need to edit the code on the source code of that package. And then you have to go to those projects where you have used that package and you have to manually update them. And that's why packages are really useful. Let me give you another example. Your code is so good that other developers also want to use your code. So if you create a package out of it and publish to the internet, then other developers will also be able to use your code by installing that package. And also you can use other people's code by installing a package. And that's how with packages you can share codes very easily with other developers. So this is why packages are really useful. A package is simply a collection of code. Nothing too fancy here. And sometimes packages are called modules. So when I will mention modules in this video, I will mean package. They are the same thing. Now who should use NPM really? Actually any JavaScript developer. If you are a backend developer and using Node.js, then you have to use a package manager like NPM to install packages because that is essential. And also if you are a front-end developer, you might have used libraries like Bootstrap, Axios and so on. What you normally do is you grab a script tag from the documentation and put them in your HTML, but that's not really a good practice for large-scale application. So what you can do, you can install those packages in your project. And a library is just a collection of packages. So how to install NPM? Well, if you install Node.js, you will also install NPM because NPM comes with Node.js. So just go to Node.js and get the latest version for your operating system. And if you are using Linux, then Node.js is already in your package manager. Just install it with your package manager. Now here's the thing that people might be scared of, which is terminal. If you want to use NPM, if you want to install packages, you have to use terminals. Now you don't have to fear terminals. Terminals are super easy. If you don't know how to use terminals, just follow along. I will teach you how to do things. I'm going to use a terminal called Kitty Terminal. You can also use this if you are on Linux. If you are on Windows, you can use CMD or PowerShell, but I don't recommend you to use them. What I would recommend is Git Bash. It is much more user-friendly. It will also give you that Unix feeling. So go ahead and install it. And I have no idea about macOS because I have never really used it. So if there's any terminal pre-installed on your system, that's fine. Else you can use Git Bash terminal. So after you have installed Node.js or maybe a terminal, just open up that terminal. I have already opened up 2 terminals. Now to check Node.js has installed correctly or not, just type node, then -v. And it is showing us the Node version. That means Node.js is installed correctly. If Node.js is not installed, it will throw you an error. And like I've told you, NPM comes with Node, so NPM is already installed. To check, just type npm -v. And it is showing us the NPM version. That means NPM is also installed. So I'm now in my home directory. If I just show it to you by pwd print working directory. And now we need to create a directory where we will initialize our project. So I will use a cd command to change my directory. Cd stands for change directory into git projects directory on my system. And here I will create a directory with mkdir command. I will call it npm yt. and let's cd into the directory. And as you can see that it is totally empty. So first we need to initialize our package.json file. Package.json is a file that will contain all of your project information, like what packages are installed and their version number and so on. So just type npm init, and now it will ask you some question. First, the package name default will be npm-yt. If you don't want to answer, just hit enter. Version is okay. Description, npm Crash Course. Entry point index.js, fine. Okay, I will skip everything. License will be MIT, doesn't matter. And here is our package.json will look like. So is this okay? Yes. And now we have a package.json file. Now while initializing the package.json file, you can skip these questions. So I'm just going to remove the package.json file, and I will clear the terminal with Ctrl L. So let's reinitialize the package.json file. So npm init, and now we need to give a flag -y. And it has set all of the questions to their default answers. If you want to change the default answers, you can run these commands. I'm not gonna bother about them. You can also learn more commands like this from the documentation. So now that we have a package.json file, so let's just open that up on our text editor. So this is our package.json file. If you don't know about JSON, I have made an entire video about it on my channel. You can check that out. I'll put the link on the description. So now let's see how we can really install a package. So on another terminal, I'm gonna change directory. So cd, then git projects, npm-yt. And obviously your path will be different than mine. So to install a package, you need to use the command npm install, or you can just say npm I. That will also work fine. And then you have to specify all of the package names that you want to install. You can install multiple packages at once. I'm going to install 2 packages, Lodash and Express. You don't have to know about Lodash and Express. So Lodash and Express, and just hit enter. And 2 packages are installed. And as you can see that we have some update on our package.json file. We have a new dependencies object. A dependency simply means a package that our source code will depend on. And there is another type of dependency available, which is called DevDependency. I will talk about dependency and DevDependency, the difference, later in this video. So stay tuned for that. So the dependencies object will list all of the packages that is installed, and also our source code will depend on them. So we have these 2 packages. This is the package name, and the value is the package version. And I will also explain what does each of this number mean in the version later in this video. So stay tuned for that. So now that we have installed a package, let's see how we can really use it. So I'm going to create a new file with the touch command. So touch index.js, and we have an index.js file. So first we need to import the package that we want to use. I want to use Lodash package. Now Lodash is just a collection of utility function for JavaScript. Now there are 2 ways to import a package. First one is the require function. Another one is the ES6 module system. I will show you both, but first I will show you the require function. So just call the require function. And here we need to pass the package name, which is Lodash. And it will return you that package. Usually it is an object, and we need to store that. So const Lodash, and now we can use Lodash package. So Lodash has a random function which will generate a random number between a range. So Lodash.random, and we need to pass a range. I want 1 to 10, and let's store the number, const random num. And let's just console log the random num. And we can run the file with node. Just type node and then the file name, which is index.js. and you can see it has given us 9, now 5, then 2. So our file is really working. So that's how you can use require function to import a package. So let me show you the other way. So in the package.json file, here you have to add another property called type. And here you can pass two values, one common.js or module. We have to pass module. And now I will delete the first line and I will use import statement, and I will import Lodash from Lodash. And if I run the file again, it works fine. So that's how you can use a package. Now let me show you what is inside the directory. So if I ls the directory, you can see that here we have a node modules directory. If I list the files of node modules, and here you can see a bunch of files. Actually, these files are individual package. So we have installed Lodash and Express. So here is the Express package, and where is Lodash? So here is the Lodash package. Now you might ask a question, then why are these packages are here? Well, node modules contain all of the packages that are installed, and we have installed Lodash and Express, but a package can be depend on another package. Just like our source code depends on this package, Lodash and Express, and those packages can depend on other packages, and other packages can depend on more packages. You need to have all of those packages, so npm install all of them for you. And as you install more and more packages, the number of packages in the node modules directory will grow rapidly, and the size of your node modules directory will be very heavy. And this is where this kind of memes becomes real. So the heaviest objects in the universe, sun, then neutron star, black holes, then the node modules. So you will see why this is true the more you will install packages. What if we remove the node modules directory? Let's see what happens. So I will use the rm command for remove, then -r recursively, then the directory name node modules, and now we don't have the node modules directory. So now if we run the index.js file, it gives us an error, cannot find package, because our code depends on those packages and the packages aren't there. So now what? How do we solve this problem? Well, it is pretty easy. If you have a package.json file in your project, and package.json has all of the information about the packages, their version numbers, and so on. So what you can do, I'll clear this terminal with Ctrl L. So what you can do is you can run a command npm install, and it will install all of the packages with the specific version number in the package.json file. So let's hit enter, and it is installing the packages, and the packages are installed. Again, we have a node modules directory. So let's run the index.js file, and it is working fine. Now why this is useful? Like I've told you, the more you install packages, the more heavy the node modules directory will become, and the file size of the node modules will be huge. So if you want to push your code to GitHub, you wouldn't want to push the node modules directory in GitHub because it will take a huge amount of time. I also did the same mistake, so don't do that. Keep the node modules directory out of your version control. So let me show you how you can do that. So I'm going to make this directory a Git repository with git init. And now this is a Git repository. And if I just type git status, here you can see these files can be added to the Git. So we have to exclude the node modules directory from this list. So let's just create a new file with touch command. And the file name has to be .gitignore. And let's open that file on our text editor. This will be hidden obviously because it is a dot file. And here you need to list all of the directories, files that you want to exclude from your version control. So I'm just going to type node modules. And if I just type git status again, and now you can see the node modules directory isn't here. And now you can add these files to your version control and push them to GitHub. And when you will clone the repository again, and it doesn't have to be your repository, if you clone some other people's repository, and if that has a package.json file, you can just type npm install to install all of your packages. That is really useful, and I hope that makes sense to you. So now that we have learned how to install a package, how to use a package, let's see how we can remove a package. So I have used the Lodash package, but I didn't use the Express. So I'm just gonna install the Express package. Just type npm remove, then the package name that you want to remove, which is Express. And you can see we don't have Express in our dependency list. So that's how you remove a package. So now let's learn about npm scripts. Now what is npm scripts? npm scripts are simply a way to define a command that you can run in your terminal. For example, the index.js file is our entry file, and to run this file we always have to run the command node index.js. So instead of running a command like this, you can create a custom script of it, and that script will run the actual command. So let me show you, that will be much easier to explain. So I will add a new object which will be called scripts, and the property name will be the script name. I will call it start, and the value will be the actual command that you want to run, which will be node index.js. Oops, actually there is already a scripts object, so I'm just gonna remove it from here. So now you can run the start script by running the command npm run start. So as you can see that the index.js file has been ran, and behind the scenes this command has been ran, node index.js, and this is how you abstract away the actual command. Another use case might be like this. For example, if you want to deploy your app on a server like Heroku, Netlify, or DigitalOcean, or any other cloud provider, they will look for a specific script to run the actual code. Another use case might be like this. Sometimes the actual command might be too big. So let me give you an example. Like this command. This is a command for ESLint. If you don't know ESLint, that's completely fine. You don't have to know about ESLint. This command will lint all of your JavaScript files in your project. So every time you want to lint the project, you have to type this command, and that will be really painful. So instead what you can do, you can create another script. I will call it lint. And I will just copy this command and I'll paste it here. So instead of running this command every single time, you can just run the simple command npm run lint, and that will run this actual command. So this is where npm scripts can be really helpful. Now for some specific scripts, you don't have to use the option run. One of the script is the start script. So instead of npm run start, you can just type npm start, and that will also work fine. See, it is working fine. Okay, so we have learned about the scripts. Now let's learn about the dev dependency and what is the difference between a dependency and a dev dependency. Well, a dependency is just a package that you install, and your source code will be depend on those packages. That's why it is called a dependency. And on the other side, a dev dependency is also a package, but it is used to build the app, and our source code will not depend on those packages. So that is the main difference. Both of them are package. So let's see how we can install and use a dev dependency. I'm gonna install a package called nodemon as a dev dependency. Basically, it will automatically run our JavaScript file when we will add some change to the file. It is pretty simple to install. So just type npm install, or you can just type I, and now the package name, which is nodemon. And you need to give a flag called --save-dev. And now let's hit enter. And nodemon is installed in our package. And there is another object in the package.json file, DevDependencies. And this is our package, nodemon. So nodemon will always restart our server. So I can create a new script to run our server with nodemon. I will call it devscript. And now nodemon instead of node, and I will just pass index.js. And now let's run the dev script, npm run dev. And you can see Nodemon has run the index.js file. So let's just edit the code. I will copy the console log. And as you can see that it has automatically run our index.js file. So that's how you can use a dev dependency. Nodemon is really a great example for dev dependency. It's really useful for Node.js development. So I will kill the server here. So now let's see how we can remove a dev dependency. It is simple. So again, npm remove nodemon, and then give a flag --save -dev. And the package is removed. And in the package.json, there is no dev dependency object. Now that we have learned how to install a package in our project locally, let's see how we can install a package globally. We can install a package globally so that we can use those packages from anywhere in our system. For example, we had installed the Nodemon package as our dev dependency, but we can also install that globally so that we can run the Nodemon server for any kind of JavaScript file and also from anywhere. So to install a package globally, it is simple. Just type npm, then I for install, then just give a flag -g, and then the package name that you want to install, which is Nodemon. I've already installed Nodemon globally. We have an error. It doesn't have the permission to install a package. So if you are on a Unix system like macOS or Linux, just use the same command, but use the sudo command at first. And just give your password. And Nodemon has been installed globally. So I will clear this and I can use the Nodemon command. So Nodemon and then index.js. And you can see Nodemon is still working. It is still running our file. So that's how you can install a global package. Now to remove a global package, it's the same command again, npm remove, then Nodemon, and then give the flag -g and just hit enter. Oops, again I have to use the sudo. And Nodemon is successfully removed. So now that we have learned how to install package globally, let's finally learn about the package versions. Okay, so I will use this image to explain the package version. You might have noticed that our package version is divided into 3 parts. We have a left part, a middle part, and the right part. So on the right part is the patch release version. In the patch release, some small bugs are fixed. They will not change the API, so your code will not break. On the middle part represent the minor release version. In minor release, some new features are added. Maybe also they fix some bugs. Most probably they will not change the API, so your code will not break. And finally, this is our major release version. In major release, a lot of features are added. They change the API, they rewrite some code. So yes, your code will break on the major release and you have to rewrite some part of your code. That doesn't mean that you have to rewrite everything from scratch again. So keep that in mind. So this is the package version. So we have this caret sign. This caret sign means when we will update our packages, it will install the latest minor version. For example, if the package version is 4.15 and now you update the package and the latest version was 4.17, then it will update the package from 4.15 to 4.17. And if you put a tilde sign instead of a caret sign, it will install the latest patch version. For example, our patch version is 21 and the latest patch release is 30. And if you update the package, it will install the patch version of 30. And if you just remove all the signs and put the version number like this, it will always install the same version. It will never update your package. And if you just put a asterisk here, it will always install the latest version. And that's not recommended because if you use this, then it will install the latest major version and probably your code will break. So don't do that. So I will revert it back. So now let's see how we can install a specific version of a package. It is same as before. just type npm I, then lodash, and now you have to specify the exact version, but before that you have to put the @ and then the version number, which is 4.17.10. so this is the version that I want to install. The latest version was 4.17.21. so let's install it. And you can see changed one package, and also in the package.json the patch version is 10. So now let's see how we can really update the package. It is very simple. Just type npm update, then the package that you want to update, which is lodash, and this time you have to pass the -- save flag, because if you just run npm update lodash, it will update the package but it will not update the package.json file with the latest version. But if you put -- save, then it will also update the package.json file. So let's hit enter. And you can see changed one package, and also the package.json has been updated. Alright, so I guess that's all you need to know about NPM. Alright, so that's what you really need to know to get started with NPM. If the video has been helpful for you, at least you have learned something new from this video, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. If you have any question, feel free to comment down below. If you want to see more daily tips and tricks about full stack web development, follow me on LinkedIn, Twitter, or Instagram, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.